Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Formula Europe 2018. We are in Shanghai tonight, and it's the Group B of the semi-final of the 2018 Formula Europe Championship. Alongside here with me tonight, we have a man that you maybe already know. He's been already with me during last week. So please welcome to Federico.
Hello, everyone.
And of course, the broadcast director tonight, Marco Ganu. So, in this Group B of the semi-final of this Formula Euro Championship, we're gonna have the territorial F1 drivers, the Formula One motorsport drivers, the French team of F1 Race Championship, and then the other Italian team of legend drivers. Two Italian team, a French team, and then a South American team. They have mixed driver from Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay. They really come from all around Southern America. So drivers are already on track, and we're about to see which times we are going to see. Last night we saw the pole position set by F1 Italian team drivers. Magic with a, maybe if my mind is not wrong, a 1:31.6. So 9 minutes, yeah, 10. Yeah.
I think we could see something really close to that, because, of course, this is a track that many drivers have practiced on for the
for the eSport qualifier yes, 2 weeks ago.
So they will be very, very fit for this race, and so you'll have to see what they are capable of.
So let's see which drivers will be the first one to set a significant time right here. We have the two territorial F1 driver, Cialo and Hamilton. They are really close to each other, both with the Red Bull and Ferrari. They are in the last sector right now on the long straight, the straight where we can find the top speed in this track, 336 kilometers per hour for Cialo. But Hamilton will come through the finish line before him. Let's see which time he's gonna set. It's a 1:32.2. It's already a good time, but Cialo do something better with a 1:32.1. And then we have Rilex just 1/10 away. He's in third. They're really close to each other, and Demi in second with a time of 1:32.2. TF1 Senna in sixth, just overtaken by Heaven with a 1:32.6, 1:33.2 for Bambino, and Block in second place, 1:32.2. Even for him, we have three drivers in less than a tenth of a second.
Yeah, really close start. I think we have not seen the best of Hamilton, because I saw a little bit of a mistake in the entrance of the third sector, so we'll have to check out this second run really closely.
And Zeta Pro Mauro ready to cross the finish line. Let's see what's he gonna do. It's 7th away from the pole position with a 1:32.9. We also have Emanuele Megero with the As. Last corner for him, and then down to the finish line. Let's see what we gonna see. It's a nothing. Maybe he received a penalty because, or it's second. Oh, I don't see on my.
Yeah, I have some problems with the
timetable. Yeah,
with the timetable.
There's maybe some issue with the timetable. Anyway, so Emanuele Maggiora is in second place. So now we have 4 drivers in less than a tenth of a second.
Yeah. So
well. It's going to be really close. You told me before that was going to be really close.
Yeah, because now the track is going to improve, so the grip will be much better, and we'll have all the drivers will have a second chance. No one going for the 2 attempts on the same set of tires because, as well as it was for Suzuka, sorry, we have a track that has a lot of tire wear here, so drivers will have to save their tires for the first stint, and so we're going to see 1 attempt for each
set of tire. Yeah. Obviously, of course, when you're racing on a 50% race distance, you have to be really careful with your tires.
And you can't afford 1 more stop because you just don't have enough time to make up the 20 seconds you lose by doing an extra stop. So you have to be really gentle on your tires and really stretch the stints as long as you can and get right to the limits of the tire wear.
So now the man who hold the provisional pole, TF1 Cialo, is back on the track. 1 minute 32 second .143. This is actually the fastest time set after the first half of the session. We have 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go before the checkered flag will come out to over the session once and for all. Remember that these drivers in the semi-final are about to compete in 3 races. We're gonna have 2 races on a 50% distance, and then the final race, the third one that will be raced in Baku, will be on 100% distance, as same as the 3 races that will declare the winner of the championship. The 3 races that will for the drivers who will compete in the final. Cialo is on track. Also, TF1 Hamilton is back in the track. He's looking to improve his previous time. 5 drivers in less than 0.2 of a second. That's really impressive by now.
Yeah, we see a lot of drivers wanting to wait to the very end of the session to go out and set the best time they can.
Yeah, sure, they are just waiting for the track to be as rubber as possible. But now Cialo coming across the finish line, and he starts again his second attempt for this qualifying. As you can see on the standing, he's the man on provisional pole, 132.1. Now also Vamos Dani 92 is back on track, along with Hamilton, TF1 Senna, Emanuele Megera, Bambino. The others are still in their pit. So let's see the first sector of Cialo, and he's already 1/10 of a second faster than himself, so he's looking for an improvement right here. And let's see what he's about to do in the second sector. I can clearly see his car is very good right here, but he almost lost his rear at the exit here, and he doesn't improve himself in the second sector. 27.8 was his best time, 27.8 was his time. It's his time right now, but let's see if he can improve. He still have a 1/10. He's still doing 1/10 less than what he does before. 2 minutes to go, and a huge break here at the end of the straight. And now only the last corner before the finish line. Let's see if Cialo will be able to improve himself. A huge control right here, and he does not improve. He lost everything in the third sector. He lost more than 1/10 there. And Hamilton with a 131.8 takes pole position. We have 2 TF1 drivers on the front row of the grid, but the session is still a long way to go, even if we only have 1.5 minutes to go. Vamos Dani, the first sector for Vamos Dani, and he's improving just of 0.09 of a second himself. He's approximately on the same pace he gets on the lap, on his previous lap. A little bit of traffic for the Sauber driver. second sector for Vamos Dani, and he is not improving. He's not improving again. It's not a good lap for the Sauber driver. Let's see if he can maybe do something special in the third sector. He may use the car ahead of him to gain some speed down on the back straight. And the Toro Rosso moves away. Huge break. And again. And there's a yellow flag in the second sector. Let's see what happened. Yellow flag that has been already removed. Vamos Dani on the finish line, and it's second. 2 tenths away from the pole position of Hamilton with a 1:32.0. And Senna is in fourth, so we have 3 TF1 drivers in the first 4 places of the grid. Also, F1MD Block is looking to improve himself. Emanuele Majera in fourth, 1:32.1.
And Rilek
In second. He's the only driver alongside with Hamilton who gets a time under the minute and 32 second with a 1:31.997, and Block at second again. It's just 0.64 of a second from the pole position. What a qualifying. Block is second alongside Hamilton, and maybe these are the 2 drivers that will start from the front row, but maybe, I don't know if Vamos Dani is trying for another fast lap. I don't think so.
No, but Evan is going for...
Evan is behind me, yeah.
Yes. He's having the slipstream on his teammate, and so trying to gain some speed.
Good exit out of the penultimate corner, and now the last corner before the finish line. He is actually 7/10 of a second away from the pole position, and he does not improve so much. He just gained 1/10 of a second on himself, and Zeta Promaro again improves, pulling himself in 11th place. Excuse me, Drew improves, and he's 10th, pulling Evan again in 12th place. So the session is complete. All the drivers have completed their last lap. So we're gonna have TF1 Hamilton starting from pole position with 0.64 of a second on Block in second place. In the second row, we're gonna have Rilex and Vamos Dani 92. Third row for Giggs in 5th place and TF1 Chalo in 6th. Fourth row for Emanuele Majera and TF1 Senna. Then in 5th row with the 9th place, there's Bambino 44, followed by Jew 9K, and on the last row, the 6th one, in 11th place, Zed Pro Mauro, and in 12th place, F1MD Evan. So, what you think this race is going to be? First of all, we don't know which weather we're going to see. Maybe we're gonna see some rain, we can see some clouds right now.
Yeah, that was one thing we should keep an eye on, because these clouds seem pretty heavy right now, and so let's see. But I'm curious to see how the drivers will play it in terms of their tire wear, and of course the 2 drivers who qualified just outside the top 10 will have free choice of tires for the start of this race. So let's see if they want to have maybe a little bit of a different strategy, or if they will start on the same tires all the others. But it will be interesting because all the drivers are pretty close.
So you can now see on screen the final standing on the qualifying session. As I have already told you before, Hamilton and Block on the first row, followed by Relix and Vamos Dani 92 in 3rd and 4th. Then Giggs and TF1 Chalo, followed in 7th place by Emanuele Majera and TF1 Senna in 8th. Then Bambino, Drew, Zeta Promaro, and F1MD Evan. Just a little break right now for us, and we're gonna back soon for the race. And we are back live. It's race time here in China. And as you can clearly see, we still have some clouds just above our heads here in Shanghai. So Hamilton is on pole position, followed by Block, then Riley, Vamos, Danny, and all the other drivers. You can see the starting grid on the standing in the right left corner of your screen or of your phone. Anyway, Federico, what you think about, I've already asked you what you think about this race, if you think that something may happen. You were telling me before that maybe the drivers out of the top 10, so Heaven and Zeta Promaro, may searching for something different during this race, and it looks like they're gonna do this because we have Zeta Promaro with the soft tires and F1MD Heaven with the medium tires.
Yes, they are, because they will be trying to go really long. Maybe Heaven will be able to go on a super soft tires at the end. Not sure about Mauro, but he will surely have an advantage as the first stint progresses, and then we will see what his choices will be.
So drivers are back on the grid. We are just waiting for them to regain their position on the starting grid of the Chinese Grand Prix. So it's Group B of the 2018 Formula Euro Championship semi-final. We already saw what happened yesterday with Magic starting from pole position and then having a contact on the first corner. Let's see what's gonna happen tonight with Hamilton looking in his rear mirror. He's gonna have to defend himself from Block, Rylex, Vamos, Danny. Drivers are really close in the first 5 or 6 places of the grid. But now the grid is complete and the green flag is waving down on the grid. So we have 1, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're ready to go here in China and go right now with the lights out, and Hamilton loses his place on the Block, and then also Rylex trying to attack the poleman, and Block is leading the race. Rylex also with his Ford India trying to attack the Ferrari, and Hamilton is spin. Hamilton's almost spin, and he lost a lot of position. He's 5th right now, side by side with the Sauber of Vamos, Danny, and there's also Chalo in 3rd place, looking to attack Rylex. Rylex protecting the inside of the corner. Chalo looking for the outside. Let's see if he can make it. And it looks like he's gonna have the inside right now, and he make it. So Chalo is in 2nd place. But what a tragic start for Hamilton from the pole position. Has been a tragic start for Magic the last night, and even Hamilton wasn't able to maintain the 1st position out of the 1st corner.
Yeah, and straight away he tried to regain some places at the hairpin. Just at the end of the 1st sector, he went for an absolute dive bomb on 2 cars, and he regained 4th place.
So we have Block, Chalo, Rylex, Hamilton, Vamos, Danny, Giggs, Senna, Majera, Drew, Zeta Promaro, Bambino, and Heaven still in 12th place. But of course, when you have medium tires, maybe... Oh, Hamilton trying everything he can on the Rylex, and he got it. And he's already 3rd. He is risking everything he have, and he's maybe lucky that he doesn't reported any damage on his car at the end of his 1st lap, with Block leading the race, 1/8 of a second leading on Chalo, then Hamilton, Rylex, Vamos, Dennis, Griggs, Senna, Emanuele Majera, Drew, Zeta Promaro, Bambino, and Evan. And now let's see if Hamilton will have enough pace to catch the Red Bull of Chalo that is ahead of him. And even Giggs had gained a position. Giggs is 6th as he overtakes the Red Bull of Senna, and even Emanuele Majera is trying on the inside of the Red Bull, and he made the overtake. And there's also Drew with his Mercedes side by side with the TF1 Senna trying in the outside. Looks like an impossible place where you can find an overtake. And there are some drivers in a little bit of difficult. Zeta Promaro is a little bit in difficult right now. With us, he's struggling maybe a little bit with his rear tires. And now Drew is really close.
These battles are helping drivers like Mauro and Heaven to stay in touch with the first guys, and so this makes everything easier.
It's important for their strategy.
Yeah.
And now Drew on the inside of TF1 Senna, and he take the 8th place. So now the race direction have enable the DRS, and we have TF1 Senna going into the pit lane. Maybe he have some damage on his front wing. Let's see if the mechanics are gonna change his front wing. Yes, it is. He stays on his he stays along with his mechanics for too much. Maybe he also changed his front wing, so that's why Senna was really struggling with his car and is being overtaken by several drivers in less than one lap. Block still maintaining the lead, but Cialo is still there, 6/10 away, and now for the first time in this lap he will also have the DRS trying to get more closer to the leader of the race, to the Toro Rosso.
And with such a long straight as it is here in Shanghai, he will have a really good chance here. So let's take a look at these two.
It looks like his exit through the last corner before the straight was not so good, but yes, he can open the DRS right now. And let's see how much he is gonna get closer to the Toro Rosso. Maybe not so much to be able to try and overtake, but you can clearly see how much he was closer. And Hamilton in 3rd place is not gaining that much on Cialo, but he also still have, he almost lost the rear of his Ferrari at the exit of the last corner. As I was saying, Hamilton is not gaining that much of Cialo, but he also have to still look in his rear mirrors, because Ralex and Vamos Dani are still there and they won't let him go.
Yeah, now there is a little bit of two groups are forming now. The first two drivers, which are about to start fighting each other hand over fist, I would say. And then Hamilton, Ralex, and Danny, who are 3rd, 4th, and 5th, which are following each other really closely. But no one seems just about able to overtake one of the others. And also, I can see Hamilton having a little bit of traction issues. He is always sideways at the exit of the corners, so maybe we'll be struggling for tire wear in a little bit.
And Ralex is not so far from Hamilton, that takes the inside, tried to defend himself from probably the attack of the Force India driver, and yes, and there's a contact between them two, and I saw a piece of the front wing of the Force India miss it up and going away out of the track.
Yeah, some carbon fiber going away, and so this will be could be really bad for Ralex. Let's see.
We have Giggs, but Giggs has is just right now entering the pit lane, and let's see if he also gonna change his front wing. He's on super soft tire right now. We are only on lap 5 of 28.
No change of front.
Medium tire, no. Maybe you just try to
stop.
I don't know if it's the right choice.
We'll see.
But
right,
we also have to
ahead of Senna, yes.
Yeah. And we also have to take a look to Block and Cialo. They are pulling away on Hamilton. They have now a 2-second gap. They opened the gap on the Ferrari, and Cialo is really close to Block, but it looks like the Toro Rosso is always having a better exit out of this corner.
Yeah, or maybe he just has really low downforce, so he has really good speed on the straight, and Chalo can get close enough to attack.
Oh, Chalo really close right now in the braking zone, but he still stays behind the Toro Rosso. And Drylex with Vamos Danny. And Drylex maintained the 4th place on the Sauber.
It's now difficult for Danny because Rylex still has DRS from Hamilton.
Yeah, so on the straights it's really difficult for him, but now he's trying to get the inside right there. Let's see if he's going to be able to get the 4th place. And they're still behind, but they are really close to each other, even right now. Let's see if Vamos Danny will take the inside, but Rylex protected. Very good maneuver, but they're still really close, like side by side right now.
Yeah, he tried to go for the switchback move, but he didn't have the traction. So he will have to wait a little bit more. Now Rylex has lost DRS off of Hamilton, so
yeah, he's
Danny will have
1.5.
a really good chance.
And Chalo is still behind Block, but do you think that maybe Chalo is using a low mix of fuel?
Maybe he might be playing a little bit with blocks, staying just behind, using lean mix in the straight or even standard mix to save some fuel to have something more at the end of the race.
Vamos Danny on Rylex at the end of the straight braking zone right now. There's contact between them two, and Rylex goes on the inside. There was not enough space for both of them, but I don't know why Vamos Danny have decided to close so much his line.
Yeah, maybe he didn't think Rylex was still on the inside.
So we have a Toro Rosso, Chalo. Chalo is pitting right now. Also,
yeah,
Vamos Danny in the pits. A lot of drivers. We have Chalo, Vamos Danny, Emanuele Megera, Rylex, and Bambino. With Emanuele Megera on the soft tires, same as Bambino and Chalo. Yesterday night we saw a lot of drivers on medium tire. Vamos Danny on super soft, so I do believe he's gonna surely be on a 2-stop strategy. But I don't know why.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 1, but there's a spin. Something happened with Giggs. Something happened with the Renault of Giggs. Maybe a contact. He was in the group with the driver, and he's still there. He lost the control of the car one more time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't just come out of the pits, so it's not due to the cold tires. Maybe he had some contact with Senna, who was right behind him, or maybe he just...
we'll see at the end of the race, but now Block have to answer the call. And the call is the pit stop of Chalo that was right behind him. But let's see if Chalo will be able to go till the end with the soft tires, but I really don't believe so.
Yeah, and Block is in. Block is in.
Block is in, and Hamilton too. Let's see if Drew is going to do the same with his Mercedes. Yes, Drew, Hamilton, and Block.
Mauro
and Zeta Pro Mauro with the Force India. He started the race with a soft tire, and he is now the new leader of the race. Obviously, he have already have to do his pit stop. So Block leaving the pit lane as same as Hamilton. Let's see where is Chalo. Let's see where is Chalo. He's ahead of Block. A great undercut by Chalo as he's taking the place from Block, and he's now third, potentially first. Zeta Promaro in first place, and in second place we have Heaven with the medium tires, 3 seconds and a half from the leader.
And now the situation is a little bit strange, because we will see if the drivers who went on soft tires will be able to go right to the end of the race, or if they will have to pit once again. And in this second case, people like Senna and Heaven will have a really great advantage on all the other drivers, because they are on medium tires and they can go the distance.
Well, we'll see what's gonna happen. We still have 20 laps to go. Rosetta Promaro leading the race on Evan. Then we have Chalo and Block. But Block, it's still less than 1 second away from the Red Bull. So let's see if it's gonna attack Chalo to bring back his position again. He's opened the DRS right now, but I don't think there's going to be enough space for an attack right now. And no, it's not. So Block stays behind the Red Bull of Chalo.
Yeah, for now, he's using standard mix in the straights. So he doesn't turn up to Rich, now he does. But on the long straight, he didn't. So maybe he's doing the same thing as Chalo was doing, or we thought was doing before. And we'll see how this race is gonna pan out.
And we also have Vamos Danny with his super soft tires right in the back of the Ferrari of Hamilton.
And now he is lightning fast because of the compound advantage on all the field, pretty much apart from Rylex, is behind him by quite a large margin because he had to change his front wing in the pit stop. And now we will see if his strategy is going to work.
Well, for sure his strategy is gonna work if he's gonna overtake Hamilton as soon as he can. But we all know that maybe that's not going to be so easy.
I just came out with a possible explanation of all these drivers going on soft or either super soft
maybe
tires.
rain at the end.
Maybe there will be some rain, and this because it's too strange that so many people, even having seen the race of yesterday, it's difficult that so many people have chosen to go onto a two-stop because it is clearly slower, and maybe the rain is not that far away, so that Danny and Rylex thought that they can go the distance also with super soft tires. And so we'll have to see. We'll have to watch carefully for some clouds gathering over our heads.
Well, let's see. Now we have a little bit of sun right now. We started the race with some clouds. Now the sun is shining bright, or surely shining better than before.
Yeah.
So with the position we have right now, with the standings we have right now, the ranking of the group should see the Formula Motorsport drivers leading with 42 points, ahead of F1 Legend drivers at the 32, TF1, Territorial F1 29, and F1 Race Championship in 13 with 13 points in 4th and last place.
Yeah, but this is all provisional, and now, yes, Block is really gotten close to Chalo. Let's see if he wants to attack on the straight, how good of an exit he gets, and he turns.
They were really close. They were really close before. Now let's see if Block will try to overtake Chalo. Definitely, Chalo defending himself on the inside, but Block, it's not of the opinion of trying an attack right now. Maybe the situation was too dangerous for him.
Yeah,
and he
Chalo
knows
also went a little bit deep.
Yeah, he's going a little bit deep now, and even Hamilton is really struggling with the rear of his car. He's so many times he's drifting so many times at the exit of the corners. Ooh,
Look
no,
that's lag. That's clearly.
Oh, yo. We have maybe some problems with Hamilton.
Yeah, I just saw him just stopping right in the middle of the track, and then teleporting away, left and right, and so we'll have to watch carefully for that.
Well, hopefully the race direction will check out for that. But Zeta Promaro is still the leader of the race, and now Heaven maybe is starting to gain something on the race leader. They were 3.6. There was a 3.6 second gap between them two. Now it's 3.3, so 3/10 of a second gained by Heaven. And now Block again. Let's see if he's going to be able to overtake Chalo right now. to complete the maneuver. A little bit too wide. He's gonna have a long straight. He opened the DRS and he does it right now. He's closer than the previous lap. Chalo going on the inside. Heaven on the outside. They're really close to each other, but still Block can't manage to overtake the Red Bull.
Yeah, now Chalo is pretty fast on the straight, and he just went defensive on the last part of the straight, so he feels pretty confident about his straight line speed.
Yeah, it looks like he's pretty fast right now. And Heaven again a lap faster than Zeta Pro Mauro, another 2/10 of a second gain, and is now down to 3 seconds.
Yeah, and
so
also
maybe
we'll have to watch Chalo, who is catching Evan.
He's catching Evan, but he's now 4.1 seconds away from the Formula Motorsport drivers. And again, 2.9. Maybe the soft tire of Zeta Pro Mauro are losing up right now.
Yeah,
2.8. He's gaining 2/10 gains by Heaven for each sector.
Also looking at the tires in the Force India, they start to have that black shade on the outside, which is typical of when the tire wear starts to kick in really much.
And even Danny with a super soft tire is not able to overtake Hamilton.
And now it seems that the dirty air is affecting very much these battles, especially in the second sector with those long turns, first left and then right. That seems to be the part where the driver behind loses the most time.
And Zeta Pro Mauro decide to bring his car to the pit lane for a pit stop, and he's going on medium tire, so he surely is gonna go till the end. And that's a problem, because maybe we're not gonna see some rain. So if he was sure, if Mauro was sure that rain was coming at the end of the race, maybe he would pick up for another set of soft tire, or even a new super soft tire.
Yes, he would have been stayed out more, but now everything has changed. And so is it possible really that we're going to see 2 stops for all the drivers on the first part of the leaderboard?
And maybe that's going to be an advantage for the drivers that will be on 1 stop only.
Yeah, he's surely gonna be, because Mauro is not too far off Bambino, and so he might have really gained a lot with this strategy. And we'll see what Heaven does, because he's on medium times. He can go a little bit more, and Chalo is catching him. Maybe he will try and also hold him up a little bit to help his teammate gain the position. That could be an explanation. But surely he's going longer and trying to go surely on softs, maybe even on super soft right at the end. Now we are in, at the half of the race exactly.
So Heaven still leading 1.4 now, his gap on Chalo and Block. Hamilton still managing to keep Vamos Gianni with a super soft tire right behind him. Then we have Drew, Rilex, Emanuele Megera, Bambino, Zeta Pro Mauro, TF1 Senna and Giggs in 12th.
And there seems to be a little bit of a problem with the super soft, because also Rilex doesn't seem to be much faster than Drew. And maybe the soft tires are the tire to be on right at this moment. So let's see.
And well, I just want to show to the people who are following us right now that after the pit stop made by Zeta Pro Mauro, now the situation looks a little bit different in the team standings, because yeah, we still have Formula Motorsport drivers leading. We have Heaven as the race leader right now with 52 points. 35 points for Territory F1 with in second place, then in third the Legend Drivers with 15 points, 1 point more than F1 Race Championship in fourth place with 14 points. But now, when we have already reached the half of the race, it's lap 14 of 28, the situation is about to get out in the first place because Chalo and Block have catched Heaven, and now we have 3 drivers in the lead of the race.
Yeah, and now I'm starting to see some signs of wear also on the soft tires of the 2 drivers that are now in second and third place, as well as it is on Evans mediums. So let's see, because now the situation might be a little bit, just a little bit in favor of the drivers following the leader, but not that much as we have seen until now.
And maybe the battle between Heaven, Chalo and Block may help Hamilton and Vamos Danny to gain time to reach the 3 drivers in the lead right now. But let's see what's gonna happen, because it looks like Chalo don't want to lose any more time behind the Toro Rosso driver. Heaven defending himself on the inside, and there's contact between them two, and there's double contact, and there's a double contact between Heaven and Chalo. Huge damage on the front wing of the Toro Rosso goes also wild.
Now he has DRS on Block.
We have the DRS, and let's see what's gonna happen. Block is giving everything he can to still let Chalo stays behind him, but Chalo takes the inside. There's not enough space, and the Red Bull driver still managed to maintain the second place, and the situation now is electrifying.
Yeah, the situation has pretty much flipped around.
And Hamilton is there.
Because, yeah.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! Oh. I think that Chalo is maybe a little bit angry for what happened.
He
looking
is,
for how he reacts to that.
Yeah, I think he absolutely is, because it wouldn't be, you are faster and then you hit the driver ahead of you, which is going to be much slower than you, and it's not going to be a problem unless this happens. And so that might have been really frustrating for Chalo, who now has
problems, and Hamilton takes the third place from Chalo, and it looks like also Vamos Danny 92 will make the overtake on the Red Bull, or he's about to do that.
Yeah, he will.
That's really close right now at the chicane. Maybe Chalo will still have the DRS of the Ferrari, but look at how much he's suffering at the exit of this corner. Vamos Danny is already beside him and managed to take the place, but Chalo is still there, and there's a change of position on the lead because Block have just overtaken his teammate Heaven, and now is first.
Heaven's still going longer, so he's trying to go on super soft right at the end, but the clouds are gathering, so let's see.
Yeah, I saw just the same thing. I was about to tell that.
And Rylex has pit, so he's now in 11th place.
He's in 11th place with the soft tires.
Yes. So this way he can safely go to the end of the race. But if there's some rain to come, he will be able to react and not.
Well, maybe Heaven is waiting for the rain to come. Maybe.
Yeah, and that's one of the possible explanations. If he can go long enough on these medium tires, which is really difficult because the rain doesn't seem to be quite here, and he will be able to pull off a really good one-stop if he manages to go that distance. If even the rain will ever come.
Let's see if Hamilton will be able to attack Heaven at the end of the straight. He is not so close right now. He have the DRS, but it's not that close.
And Drew is taking the place on Chalo.
Yeah, on the straight they are side by side. It looks like, and Hamilton on Evan, he made it. We missed that, but Hamilton at the end of the straight have overtaken the Toro Rosso of Evan, and he is now second. But he have to try to catch Block right now. The race leader have a 1.5 second of advantage on the Ferrari.
And Vamos Danny seems to be losing quite a bit of time because his tires are really going off now, and this is clear it wasn't the right call to go on super soft, because look at this. Rylex now says the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and Danny is struggling so much even to keep up. Oh, rain.
Yeah, the rain is coming. The rain is coming, and that is a perfect moment for Heaven. Yeah. He still is on. He's still on track. Is in third place, and maybe he is gonna try to make his only pit stop to go straight to intermediate tires.
Yeah, and I was really doubting he could pull off something like that, but he made it. And maybe also this explains why Giggs went so early to the pit stop. If he hadn't had that spin, I think he would be in a good position to have a really good result today.
Well, the rain looks like it's really raining cats and dogs right now. I cannot really see some water raised by the tires.
Yes, the drivers are really struggling right now, and the truck is getting wet at really fast rates. So we could see intermediate tires just about in a couple of laps, if not.
Oh, Heaven goes wide. And he lost a little bit of contact to Hamilton, but Vamos Danny is still far away from him, and Drew is right in the back of the Sauber.
Yeah, Danny's tires have really gone off the cliff right now, and he will be surely one of the first to pit for Inters, because he will go right onto the DRS disabled.
And DRS is disabled, and the Block have gone wide, and Hamilton is right in his back. Hamilton gains the first place, but it looks like it's not over. It looks like it's not over between them. Oh Jesus, what we see right now. Oh. Let's see what's going to happen at the end of the straight. They are side by side. They have to be really careful with the brakes. And Hamilton almost lost his car. Look at this, and there's contact. And there's contact. Hamilton almost lost the rear of his car. And Block was right there. And they both goes in. In. Even Drew is fourth, as he is right in the back of Evan. Oh, Jesus, Evan is really struggling right now. But this is
the drivers are going.
All the drivers goes in the pit, but this can be the decisive moment. Block and Hamilton both in the pit, and there's a yellow flag in the third sector. Oh, look at the situation between Bambino and Mauro. They both go wide while they were entering the pit lane.
Block is ahead.
And Block is ahead of Hamilton. Block is first, Hamilton is in second place, and Heaven is third, ahead of Drew in fourth. Vamos Danny is fifth, and the Haas of Emanuele Megera is in sixth place, right in the back of the Sauber. Zeta Promaro is seventh, Bambino is eighth. Then we have Chalo, who have also replaced his front wing during this pit stop. Rylex with his Force India exiting the pit right now, and Giggs is the last one to reach the pit lane in 12th place. So 9 laps from here to the checkered flag. Let's see what's gonna happen. I really think that we're gonna enjoy it.
Yes, and we will have to see also if the time for full wets will ever come, because we saw how fast the track went wet, and so now we could see also another transition, maybe, but to mix things up a little bit more, if it wasn't enough.
Well, Emanuele Megera is right in the back of Vamos Dani, and it looks like the Sauber driver is struggling a little bit more with his rear. Look at this! He almost lost his car at the exit of this corner before the long straight. And let's see if Emanuele Megera with his ass will be able to try and get to overtake
really
Vamos Dani. It looks like he's going long, and no! Ooh, that's a great battle between them, with Emanuele Megera still side by side between him and Vamos Dani.
Hamilton on the inside of block at turn 1. He takes the inside and takes the lead. I'm sorry.
Oh,
but
so many actions right there, and Hamilton takes the lead. I was taking a look to the lap time of the exit lap of block, and he was a little bit slower than Hamilton, just like the Ferrari driver was in a more comfortable place with intermediate tires. And yes, it was, because Hamilton is already stretching the gap on block, and it looks like he's gonna be more than a second away when this lap will end.
Yeah, so the situation has really mixed up, with Heaven pulling off a really great strategy to... he was last on the grid, and now he's in 3rd place. Then Block, losing the lead, didn't quite have enough pace over Hamilton, who has done a madness from the moment his teammates got those troubles with Heaven. Now he's in the lead, and he seems to have the pace to go away.
Now let's see what's gonna happen at the end of this lap. Let's also take a look at which pace they're gonna have with those tires. We are on lap 21 of 28 here in Shanghai. Hamilton leading with the Ferrari, ahead of Block with the Toro Rosso, and Hamilton, I do believe that this is going to be a really fast lap with those tires. Hamilton 147.1, Block 148.5. And now let's see what's going to happen in the first lap with open track ahead of them. We have Cialo that is right in the back of the Mercedes of Bambino. They are fighting for P8 and 9. And Cialo is really... He's also in a more comfortable place. Oh, what is he doing? And he goes on the inside of the Mercedes. Let's see if he can maintain the car in a good line to maintain the position on Bambino. And it looks like he managed it brilliantly. And Cialo is up on P8 right now, but he is now have to... he's 8 seconds away from Zeta Promaro in 7th. Let's see if he's going to be able to catch the Force India. And Hamilton 1.5, still gaining and stretching the gap. And there's a yellow flag in the first sector. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened.
Once again, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
He had another spin, unfortunately.
Cialo already gaining time on Bambino. There has been we've just been informed by the race direction. We can see it on our screen that the yellow flag we've seen just moments ago was for a contact between Senna and Rilex. So and that's Rilex why.
Has a little bit of his front wing off. So.
Oh yeah, so that's why. 1.9, it's now the gap, the new gap between Hamilton and Block. 146.2 for Hamilton, 147.3 for Block. 1.1 second faster. It's the Ferrari right now.
He is flying right now. The rain has really turned this race on another level.
Yeah. 5 laps to go, Hamilton leading with almost 2 seconds on block. Then we have Heaven, Drew, Emanuele Megera, and Vamos Danny, who's losing so much with the rain. Looks like he's not confident as much as he was before on a dry track.
And Emanuele Megera has already caught up to Drew, almost.
Yeah, and Heaven is not so far away.
Yeah, we're gonna have a nice little battle for third place for the last spot on the podium.
Let's see if Emanuele Megera will be able to attack the Mercedes. Drew defending his line right now. Now on the straight. Remember when the rain, when the track is so wet, the DRS is disabled by the race direction, so you have to overtake the driver ahead of you the old-fashioned way without anything.
Yeah,
and it looks like Emanuele Megera is trying to dive on the inside, but I don't think there was enough space for them to, so he brakes a little bit more to maintain his car behind the Mercedes of Drew.
And Emanuele Megera will have to save some fuel because he's right on the limit, and you have to be careful about that. And Heaven has made a mistake.
Oh,
Heaven has made a mistake, and Drew has caught up to him. Now he's on his tail and he's going to try and attack, surely.
Oh, Heaven is struggling a bit right now. Another 46.8 by Hamilton for the 7.2 for Block, who have lost 4/10 of a second in this lap. But look at the situation here with Heaven in third, Drew in fourth, Emanuele Megera is fifth. A little bit later on them, we have Vamos Danny 92 in sixth place, 2 seconds from Emanuele Megera and his ass.
And now, yeah, if those three fight each other enough, Vamos Danny will be able to catch them back, and maybe he could get in the mix.
It looks like Heaven have a little bit of time to breathe right now. He opened a little bit more the gap between him and Drew almost lost his car, and looks like Emanuele Megera is gonna take profit of this moment. They are side by side in the middle of the straight. Let's see if Megera will be able to brake later than Drew, but none of them want to be overtaken. And at the end of all, Emanuele Megera takes the fourth place on Drew.
Yeah, Drew made a crucial mistake. He went wide, got on the curb, and then he just lost his car and couldn't control it anymore. So he lost a lot of speed, and Megera was able to fly
make
past
the move. And Drew also takes a big risk at the exit of the last corner. Another big spin of his rear tires, but he also managed to maintain the control of his car. 3.2 for Hamilton in the last lap. The Ferrari have still gained on block. There's 3.2, 46.9 for Hamilton, 47.7 for block, another 0.8 of a second gained by Hamilton, and he's really constant. 46.8, 46.8, 46.9.
Yeah, maybe he's in hammer time right now.
Well, maybe his name help us to to understand why it's hammer time right now.
Yeah, surely. And now I think the best thing Block can do is just control this, because he doesn't have the pace to go and take Hamilton. He's far too fast for him, and he should just focus and bring this home. He has a comfortable gap to Heaven, and I think it's what he's doing, because he's losing time once more. Yeah, and the rain is it's going away a little bit. But there's
we have
3 laps
to go. 3
Yeah.
laps to go.
3 laps
26,
to go.
27, and 28. Oh, and Vamos Danny is right in the back of Drew right now. The Mercedes driver is struggling right now. He is the first one on the standings representing F1 Race Championship, and he goes wide in the first corner. He almost lost the rear of his car, and it looks like Vamos Danny have overtaken him. And yes, he got it. Another mistake by Drew, and as I was telling you before, the Mercedes driver seems like really struggling more than each other in this situation.
Yes, and as I was saying before, Danny took advantage of the situation of those three drivers fighting to get back on their tail, and now he's on the attack because the track is drying up. He will find more and more grip, and he was pretty fast in the dry conditions. I don't think we'll see a switch to slicks once again because there's just not enough time. They should come in right now. Maybe if someone does it, it will be right. He would have won the race if even in the last 2 laps it gets dry. But I don't think there will be enough time for it to get dry. But Danny is now on a charge for the podium.
And even Emanuele Megera is on a charge for the podium because he's never been so close to heaven. Oh no, and there's an accident. And there's a crash for Giggs, and he's out of the session.
Yeah, he's out of the race. He lost his front wing completely. 2 laps to go now.
2 laps to go with Hamilton still in the lead of the race. 4.3 seconds on block. Then we have Heaven Megera, Vamos Danny, Drew, Zeta Promaro, Cialo, Bambino, Alex and Senna. These are the standings with Giggs and his Renault out of the race right now. And Danny is on a charge, as you told me before, and he's right in the back of the ass. It looks like from the moment when the rain have stopped, he find his pace.
Yeah, he stepped up really much, and now he is on the tail of Emanuele Megera.
Oh, look at how much he was close right now. So taking another look with 2 laps to go, less than 2 laps to go, at the standing of Group B at this moment, we have Formula Motorsport drivers leading with 45 points. 33 points for Territorio F1, then we have F1 Legend Drivers 22 and F1 Race Championship 16 points, but the situation is still long to go. Emanuele Megera on the back of Heaven. It looks like Heaven is struggling more in the second sector. In the second sector is the part of the track where Emanuele Megera gets much closer to the Toro Rosso.
Yeah, now he loses a little bit the backhand on the long right-hander before the straight. This could help Megera to get the slipstream and try and move just at the end of the straight.
Let's see. Heaven protecting the inside, and Megera is on the outside. Oh, there's not enough space, wheel to wheel between them. And Megera is still behind. Heaven managed to defend the 3rd place.
Yeah, he squeezed him just left him a little bit of space and managed to keep 3rd
minimum
place.
Space,
But now it's
the last lap, ladies and gentlemen. Hamilton is leading the race, more than 5 seconds of gap opened on block. In 2nd place, then we have Heaven, Megera, Vamos Danny and Drew. And look at how much Megera is close to the Toro Rosso right now. Let's see if he's going to be able to try and attack on the inside right now. No, it's not possible. It's not close enough. Maybe he's gonna have only one more chance right now.
Yeah, and let's see if he will try anything, let's say crazy, but it's not crazy because it's the last lap and you have to go for it maybe. And I mean, it's for the podium and there's 3 drivers in it.
No, it's not that far right now, but it's not enough. It's still not enough. Hamilton leading the race. It's just the last few corners for the Ferrari driver. So
on the outside.
Oof! Look at how much he was close. Oh, and Heaven goes wide at the exit of the corner, so they are side by side, and Magera looks to take the place on the Toro Rosso. Side by side again, Magera on the inside, and also Vamos Danny on the inside, and there's contact between them, and there's contact between them while Hamilton is winning the race. TF1 Hamilton wants the race, F1 MD Block gets second, and Magera with the ass managed to take the podium with the third place, followed by Heaven and Vamos Danny, but Vamos Danny is ahead of Heaven maybe. Maybe, yes, there was a penalty. Yeah, there was a 3 seconds penalty for Heaven. That's why he is 5th and not 4th, as we saw on the finish line. Zeta Promaro, Drew is 6th, followed by Zeta Promaro in 7th and Chalo in 8th place. 9th place for Bambino and his Mercedes. Then we have Rylex and Senna, with Senna just 1 second behind him, and yes, it's over like that. It's over like that. So it's been a fantastic race. What a race! In when the rain, when we saw the rain, we knew that's gonna be something interesting, but we don't expect it for something so strong.
Yeah, we need to take a deep breath now, because the last laps, especially for the third place, were absolutely incredible. There were those 3 drivers were so close. Every corner seemed to be the one in which the move could have been made, and in the end, Magera got the jump on both the Formula Motorsport drivers.
So we're gonna have the first 3 drivers right now with us at the end of the race, but don't forget to vote your driver of the day. You can find the link to vote on our Twitter page. You can find the link even in the chat of on the live chat we have on our YouTube channel. You can see it right now. And these are the final standing. Hamilton wins the race ahead of Block and Magera on the podium. Then Vamos Danny, Heaven, Drew, Zeta Promaro, Chalo, Bambino, Senna, and Rylex. The only driver who didn't complete the race was F1 Race Championship driver Giggs, that was in 12th place with his Renault. Unfortunately, it was not a lucky race for the F1 Race Championship driver. But it looks like we already have the drivers here with us for the post-race interview. I believe I'm gonna start from the winner. So, guys, very good race from each and every one of you. But first of all, I have to give some ask some question to the winner of the race, TF1 Hamilton. Hamilton, if my mind.
Please, man, I don't speak English.
I can help you. I can help you. Solo español.
Solo español.
Okay.
Ese es el problema.
You can understand a little bit of Italian.
Nada, es poco.
Poco.
Pero dejaré unas palabras y bueno, si consiguen a alguien que hable español, speak Spanish, bueno, que les traduzca. Pero la verdad fue una carrera emocionante. Me encantó pelear con los F1 MD, espectacular. Pensé que estaba todo perdido, pero nada, en lluvia me enfoqué en primer lugar y bueno, adelante, busqué la victoria. Ahí está. Pero emocionante todo. Grandes pilotos hoy aquí en este torneo.
Okay. I'm gonna con la lluvia. You were very fast.
Yes. Practiqué bastante y bueno, sabía que en esta pista iba a llover porque siempre llueve y bueno, ahí está, se dieron los resultados.
Okay. I'm gonna come back to you later with another question in Spanish. Then we go on to the second on the after after you, at the checkered flag, the second one is an F1 Motorsport driver, and it's Block. Welcome.
Hi, hi.
So it was a really tough race, but in the topic moment, in one of the topic moment, you lost the position on the Red Bull of Chalo, and then there was a contact between your teammate Evan and Chalo, who give you the possibility to return to the first place.
Yeah, it was a difficult race since the qualifying, and I'm qualified second, and it was a very good lap. But if it was another lap, I would improve. And yes, Shalom undercut me at sixth lap. At the sixth lap, and yes, it was faster than me on the softs, because I don't use on the test, even on the test I didn't use the soft, so it was come posso dire, non mi viene. Non mi
Dillo in italiano, poi lo
Dimmi cosa vuoi dire.
Era totalmente buio. Ero a buio,
Parlate
ecco.
in italiano.
Okay. It was a blackout moment. It was a blackout moment.
And yes, even with my teammate, with used the medium tires, brakes a little bit early, and shallow
Hit
touched
him.
hit them. And yes, I take the first position, but with the rain, I'm not feeling. I didn't feel the faster.
Yeah.
With the rain, but second position is very good for me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Emanuele, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was a dramatic finish for you with you've been able to overtake Heaven only at the two corners before the checkered flag, but it looks like you were more comfortable with the rain.
Yes, but at the start I have a crash with another car, so
Yeah.
I broke the flat, and I lost time, and I had to go in the pit. So
Yeah, we saw that.
my race has been incredible. I'm happy for this.
Okay, thank you so much. Hamilton. Provo español.
Puro español.
Te vimos defender bien de Dani a pesar de los diferentes neumáticos. ¿Fue difícil?
Sí, fue muy difícil, la verdad. Pensé que me iba a pasar y bueno, traté de cometer lo menos posible errores y bueno, salió todo bien y nada.
Well, I just asked to Hamilton that we saw him defending very well from Danny that was on super soft tires. We asked him if that was so difficult, and he told me yes, it was really difficult. He really trying to don't make any kind of mistake, because any little mistake may cost him the position on Danny, and in the end he was able to manage the situation and maintain his spot on the Sauber driver. Okay, guys, so we go back to Block. We're looking forward to the next race of the semifinal, do you think that you and your team maybe can have a concrete possibility to go to the final by now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and the same
We
question.
are
Yeah.
we are fast, and I think we can go to the finals.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It's the same question also for Emanuele. Emanuele, after tonight's race, do you think you can still have the possibility to reach the finals?
I don't know, but I will try to do this to arrive in the final. But I think the other drivers are so strong, and
No.
we have to train a lot. We have to train ourselves a lot to reach the end.
Okay. Thank you so much. Last question also for Hamilton. ¿Crees que tiene la posibilidad real de llegar a la final después de la carrera de hoy?
Bueno, siempre hay que pensar positivo y siempre hay que pensar que sí se puede lograr todo. Y sí.
El lavoro importante. Te debe ganar tanto.
Claro.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. I think we really have everything for now. I don't know if we have the official results of the driver of the day pool. Just waiting for that. Anyway, just the final things to before we go to sleep. We just want to thank you first of all the first three drivers that have been with us here tonight at the end of the race. So thank you to Hamilton, Block, and Emanuele Megera for being with us tonight at the end of the race. After the end of the race, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Gracias a ti, amigo.
And thank you so much also to my partner here tonight. So thank you so much to thank you so much to F1MDGK. Looks like a fiscal code.
Yeah. But it has a nice origin. I will tell this story once again. So thank you to you, Luca, and it's been a great race. It's been a pleasure for me.
Thank you so much. And also thanks to the other guys who operate in the background. But first of all, I want to thank so much the broadcast director, Marco Gano. Thank you so much. So we still don't have the results of the driver of the day pools, but I do believe you will have the possibility to find out the winner of the pool on our Twitter account. So for this week, it's really all. We'll see you next Wednesday with race 2 of Group A. Thank you so much. Have a good night, and thank you for joining us.